Can you hear
Hi,
me,
Harry.
Harry?
Can you please address the issue of when you're making a left-hand turn on a green arrow and you're questioned about it, what you're supposed to tell the officer? Because when I was making a left-hand turn at 49 and 80, I was on 80, and I was making a left-hand turn. I had the green arrow, and I was in the center of the street when I was hit by an SUV from the other side. And they had to use the jaws of life to get me out. And I'm laying there with glass and blood everywhere. And the officer said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I was in the right. I had the green light." Well, unfortunately, I was told later, after dying twice the first day and being in a coma for a month and waking up and spending 7.5 months in the hospital, and having to learn to use my body all over again. And my insurance company paid $50,000 to the person who hit me. I was told that first, the insurance company couldn't wait that long to find out what was going on. And secondly, because I said I had the green light, I was found guilty.
Well, wow. So I'm so glad that you're okay, though. You were able to get out of that car safely. So, Harry, your advice for Colette?
Well, first of all, let me say that must have been a very traumatic experience. I'm sorry you even had to go through something like that. We handle a lot of those cases, and you try not to get numb when you ever hear of like a traumatic type case, because to the person who actually went through it, it's a very severe and traumatic experience. But you mentioned before, you said something about the green arrow, and then at the end you said a green light. First of all, if you had the light with the green arrow, you would have had the right of way. But if you had a solid green light, that doesn't necessarily mean you do have the right of way. And so it all depends whether or not you had the arrow with the green light or not. The other thing I know you mentioned, they asked you what happened and you said, well, I don't know, but I was in the right. If I could tell people, don't ever use the phrase, you don't know. That's slang for a lot of people. Well, I really don't know, but so-and-so. What you mean to say is you do know, but maybe you are having a hard time explaining it. So don't ever say, well, I don't know, because then it's almost an admission that you're really not sure what happened. But the question would be is if you had the arrow or not. The green arrow means you would have had the right of way. A green light means you might not necessarily have had it. You might have had to yield to another vehicle because there could be two green lights going in opposite directions. And the person turning has to yield the right of way to the oncoming vehicle. If you had the arrow, the oncoming vehicle would not have had a green light. It would have been a red light because the arrow doesn't come on in that circumstance. So it would all depend on what you had.
All right. Well, I hope that helps you out there, Colette. Thank you for your call. And we will be right back with more of your legal questions about fighting the insurance company.